this clip is about what is happening in the UK economy, and there are some suggestions and criticisms. I have to say that I am not very happy or chuffed with the way Mr. David Cameron's government is going about sorting out the economic problems. Personally, I don't see a big initiative other than big sound bites, like, the big society thing. I don't think Mr. Cameron's government is making use of opportunities all over the planet. Now let us look at the situation here. British companies have about 700 to 800 billion pounds sitting idle on their balance sheets. At the end of the day, it is capital that creates job opportunities in whichever country you take. It can be Britain, it can be America, it can be India. To create a job, you need to invest capital, aptitude, time, and invest your risk appetite. Jobs don't grow on trees. And Mr. Cameron is not doing enough, in my opinion. I am not an economist, but the way I look at things, with this kind of capital, 700 to 800 billion pounds sitting idle, when there are so many people who are jobless in this country, when there are so many people jobless in countries where this capital can be deployed, it is not happening. I can say in the context of India. Say, look at India. India has a shortfall of about 100 million houses or homes or whatever you call it. You know about the slum problem in India. There is a huge potential to invest a part of this 700, 800 billion in the affordable housing sector in India. That way, it is what you call win-win situation in business. All the relationships should be win-win. The customer and the seller should both benefit. Otherwise, it will never become a sustainable economic relationship. So, out of this 100 million shortfall of houses in India, suppose British companies were to get 10%, which is, maybe I'm putting it, which is unrealistic, maybe. But even 5% is 5 million homes. 1% is 1 million homes. That is 5% of the total household in the UK. Imagine how many jobs can be created here in the UK for the bricklayers, to the bankers, to the financial advisors, to the tourism industry, to architects and technology companies, to make cost-effective homes. And there will be a ripple effect in India also. This is what we call win-win situation. And this money is sitting idle because China's growth rate has not been picking up of late like it used to be. So there is less potential to deploy this money in a country like China or in Brazil. Brazil is undergoing massive investment for its upcoming Olympics and, for the World Cup and all those things. But in a place like India, there is huge potential. And this is not about colonization. This is about investment. Win-win. Win-win always. And that will always win. The problem with East India Company was that it was only I win, and you lose. That is not a good business relationship. You can't run a shop with that kind of attitude. Now imagine you go to Tesco's or Sainsbury's or any of the supermarkets in Britain, and they dish you out, sermons about improving this and improving that and human rights and democracy and whatnot. Would you go to that shop? No. So Britain's BBC, whilst maybe playing a little bit of a role as a soft power under the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, is actually damaging British goodwill. All these Booker Prize winners are not going to contribute much to the British economy. So to have economy, that is mutually supportive, we need to have win-win relationships, and this is where the initiative is lacking on the part of Mr. Cameron. I'm talking mostly, Indo-British relationship here. The same thing, if you look at Nigeria, you look at the Republic of Congo, and many countries, this kind of thing can be replicated. But what is happening is the charity and the aid business have taken over a considerable proportion of the Indo-US, Indo-UK or Indo-UK relationship, or UK-Nigeria relationship. The charities have not removed poverty. If China and India together in the past 30 to 35 years lifted about 700 million people out of poverty, that is not because of any aid, it is because of economic policies. It is because of economic policies. Now, the aid business, the aid industry, or poverty porn industry, or poverty barons, poverty porn industry, which has only created poverty barons out of poverty, because there is so much subcontracting going on left and right. Even Daily Telegraph, just yesterday or day before yesterday, reported about the need to stop aid. Stop aid, start business. Stop aid, start business. Start win-win business. This will help both UK and India. And I hope Mr. Cameron pays attention to this fact. That's it. Too much of a lecture. Forgive me.